Before discovering keto, I would have thought that was a fairy tale. A few weeks ago, my husband and I were in our kitchen. We were getting ready to go to bed, and he was standing in front of the sink, and he gasped, "Oh my!" And I thought, "Uh-oh, something's wrong with the kitchen sink." And I had my back to him at the time, and I turned around, and he hadn't been looking at the kitchen sink. He had been looking at this picture. That was me 3 years ago in the summer of 2016. My health was deteriorating. I spent most of my time sitting right there in that chair. I was tired, discouraged, in pain, and unable to think my way out of a paper bag. What you don't see in this picture is the electric scooter that I needed to get around from room to room in my home. I hoped for something better, but I'd gotten comfortable with my misery, and I just accepted that that was my fate. So how did I end up here? This is me at about the age just before my 3rd birthday. I was spunky, robust, and full of life. This was my reality 18 months later, after polio, which left me completely paralyzed, unable to breathe on my own. The recovery was very long, requiring years of medical treatment, surgeries, and physical therapy. Despite all of that, I've had a pretty normal life, and not a whole lot slowed me down. I suspect my metabolic issues probably started in my teens, but of course they didn't manifest until I was in my 40s. At that point, prescription medications for anti-inflammatory drugs, antidepressants, acid reflux medication, muscle relaxants, thyroid medication, ADD medication, and sleep medication became my daily fare. At the age of 48, a broken leg brought with it a host of more prescription medications for blood pressure, asthma, allergy, anxiety, and yes, eventually narcotic pain medication. By the time 2003 rolled around, I was taking between 12 and 15 prescription medications a day. Back in 2003, that was unusual. There was a smile on my face in these pictures, but I was anything but happy. In the fall of 2016, Vicki, my inspiration, started posting what she was eating on Facebook. And then she began posting she was losing weight. That got my attention. So I called her, and she gave me the basics about keto and some pointers of where I could learn more. Two of my most important sources during that time were Dr. Westman and Ask Nurse Cindy. To give you a perspective of how things have changed for me over the last 3 years, this is 7 10-pound bags of potatoes, which represents my weight loss, which is more than half of my current weight. But the weight loss is not the most important thing. The dramatic reduction that I've had in painful inflammation and respiratory problems has been far more important. My cardiac, neurological, brain, and emotional health are the best they've been in my entire life. I have no indication of diabetes, but most importantly, I have recovered I can't just get me again. I have recovered a great deal of my mobility. That scooter that I needed to get around my home has been parked in my living room for the last 2 years and gets moved for cleaning. So how do I stay motivated? This always helps, of course. But primarily, I had to become an informed patient, and I had to learn about metabolic issues. I'm still learning. There's a lot there. Its attitude and outlook are so terribly important. And I try to press forward and find new challenges, and I don't spend a whole lot of time looking back. I'm determined, I'm moving forward, and I'm not going there again. And lastly, I can like to celebrate my victories. Just seeing that picture, gosh, just seeing that picture was a huge motivation for me. I started keto at age 65. I am now 68. I decided that I had been comfortable with my misery long enough. In closing, I'd like to share with you a poem. It sums up my health journey over the last 25 years. I hope it will be of encouragement to you. I hope this will encourage you to walk down a different street. Thank you.